everyone. It's Cheryl. Welcome to hanging out with me today. We're gonna take a look at my studio today. It is a hot mess, and the reason that it's a hot mess is because since I got married, we made one of our rooms in our house for Max, and in that process, it meant that all the things that I was storing in that bedroom has to come in here. And so my studio is now bursting at the seams because we had Max here for the Christmas break, and now that means we are, everything is sort of everywhere. But in addition, I moved my studio around in November, thinking that I was going to do some kind of great reorganization and make this more workable and easier to use. I can tell you that I hate the reorganization that I did, and I cannot wait to change it again. So, I guess if you're ready, Charlie is my cameraman. He's going to be reading me your comments and so on, so hopefully you guys don't judge me for how terrible this studio is right now. So, yeah. I know that there are many people who work and they're very tidy, and I am not necessarily the tidiest worker. I like to make a mess and then clean up and start over again, but not everybody works like that. So, yeah, as you can see, it is kind of full of junk right now. And I can't call it junk. It's stuff that I actually use and live with and work with. But I'm now getting to the point where the stuff just doesn't have enough room. As you can see, I've got like a giant box of batting, more batting behind it. There's bolts of fabric that were in the other room that are in here now. The world's largest television that was in a different room and is now in here. So, yeah. And as you can see, the sewing table is kind of out here in the middle of the room, which I thought would be cool and is not cool at all. This was actually oriented the other way, and I thought, oh, well, if it's this way, then I can look out the window while I sew. Well, the problem is there's a heating grate right here in front of the window, and I can't move the sewing table directly under the window, in front of the window like I thought, because that heating grate will basically just cook the insides of the machine. That's not going to be very good. So I had to move it away, which kind of just puts it as this weird island in the middle of the room, which is not at all how I envisioned it, and basically puts my back to the horrible, horrible closet. So one thing I can say is that this ironing station used to be in front of the grate, which is fine because it's just a wood piece of furniture, but uncovering the grate means the room is actually warmer. So it's actually a lot more pleasant in here than it used to be. So I don't know if that matters. It does make it a lot easier to be in here when it's not freezing cold. And then there's the matter of the closet, which we will show you right now. It's actually almost unusable. And poor Charlie has to watch where he's going because I don't want him to trip on anything. But if you can see in here, I can't even walk in here. There's so much stuff that needs to be put away, that needs a home. It's a hot mess. Here, let's put a light on it. It doesn't make it look any better. But I am very lucky that I have this wonderful walk-in closet that actually backs up to the back of our other walk-in closet for our bedroom. So it's a great space, and I really like it. But it is not the easiest to navigate right now. So this means that I have a lot of dilemmas going on. And the first and foremost is I just have too much stuff. 23 years of quilting and that whole crafter mindset means that we want to collect and keep every little bit because every little scrap can get used. Well, yeah, after a while, there's nowhere to put all that stuff. So I am really struggling to find a place for all this stuff. Do we have any stuff, any comments? Charlie's gonna read them to me.
Christina says, oh, hi, Cheryl.
Oh, hi.
She says, here in Spain, we celebrate the Epiphany Day. Christmas presents arrive tomorrow morning. Spanish people believe presents are brought by the three wise men.
That's right. So that's Epiphany, which we don't really celebrate here in the U.S. Unless you are Catholic, and then you usually go to Mass on Epiphany Day. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm always excited to learn about Christina's Spanish culture. It's pretty awesome. I know it's late there, where I always arrive on her video pretty late. So
Tracy says, blow out the wall and make a double sewing storage.
Ooh, blow out the wall. Well, so the other side of this wall is our closet. And so I don't know if I want to give up any of that closet space because that's also jam-packed full. So that would be pretty tough. No, what I need to do is measure the furniture in here, at least the permanent pieces. Like, I do really like my fabric storage. This is an older IKEA model stuff. And they don't make these anymore, but you can get something similar at like the Container Store. And there's different versions now that IKEA has, but they're not as nice as these ones. So these are pretty much bursting so full. In fact, some of them, they're like, you know, not even on the rail anymore because they're so heavy. So I do have to worry about the actual paring down of things. I have too many things. And I know that that's hard for us quilters to say because we collect and we covet. But there's just too much stuff. And there's a point at which I need to realize, like many other people need to realize, that I will die before I use it all. So some of it needs to be cleared out. So I got to figure out how exactly I plan to do that. So there's that. But this is going to be one of my big 2021 projects. We are, I could possibly even put in a wood floor in here. Right now I have carpeting, which I'm kind of torn on whether or not I should put wood flooring in here or not. I don't really have a problem with pins or things like that, but, you know, this is what you normally call this a shoe zone.
Christina says she's thinking about joining a decluttering group.
Ooh, a decluttering group. Yeah, that would be tough. I guess I'm afraid that like my stuff will then just sit in someone else's stash too, but I guess, you know, if someone else can make use of it, that's what I should do. You know, I do have a couple of different issues. I do have to have like actual mannequins for my cosplay and my garment sewing work. So I have a lot of mannequins. And right now I have too many mannequins in here. They do kind of freak you out when you open the door. You don't forget that they're there. That's always fun. Did you have another one?
Tracy says, my pack rat nature is inherited from my mother. Lately trying to sew up unwanted fabrics for donation quilts. Keeping these simple to get it out.
Yeah, keep it simple and get it out. You know, that might have worked a few years ago. Now, it's really, like, it's bad. Like, I have bundles of fabric that I love together, and I bought them in this bundle because I love this bundle, but it will be a long time before I'm ever in a position to sew this, you know. So I have to figure out, like, what am I doing? The other thing is, and it's just a quick thing, but somewhere down in here are all the mask making things that I started to do when I was making masks. And unlike other people who ran out of fabric, I didn't think I was going to have that problem, and I certainly don't have that problem. But what I did find is I do have fabric I do not like anymore. There's what I like to call some crusty fabric. And not that they're bad fabrics because they got, you know, soil on them. I mean, they're like crusty, old, hideous fabrics that no one in their right mind would purchase today. Oh, see, stuff's falling all over. But like that stuff that's really old and no longer my style, like I even wonder why I bought it, that stuff has got to go. And I think that's just the cyclical nature of fabric and our fashion tastes. Like, these are the colors that are in right now, these wonderful sort of modern bundles. I don't even know. This is Pie Making Day from RJR. This is probably 4 or 5 years old now. It's not a new bundle by any stretch. Yeah.
Mary says you can give away things as a giveaway that you no longer have use of, but don't give away those.
Right? Don't give away these. Don't give away, like, these ones are like some Japanese fabrics, which I love. I'm not giving those away either. Like, some of this stuff I bought with my own money. But some of this stuff people gave me, or I got, you know, because again, I'm in the industry, I get donated. Some of it's gotta go. But so I guess what I'm saying is, you know, again, the crusty old, maybe somebody will want it. You know, maybe it'll be collectible to someone after a while. But I'm at a point where this is at maximum capacity. I can't even operate in here, and the layout is also terrible. So I just feel like if I did some reorganization, the space would be better usable, and I would enjoy coming in here and feeling like I can work in a calm space and not feel like I gotta move everything off my table for me to even do something. So this has been a problem for a while. This is not new, but having to move all of the things from Max's room, which was my storage overflow, now into here, it's created a bit of a hot mess. Charlie often tells me he could never operate in here. It's just too much. So I get that it's kind of a disaster. It is a disaster, I'm not gonna lie. What's going on otherwise? Nothing good. Okay, so yeah, and I mean, like, I have collectibles and things like my Big Bang Theory soft kitty that actually used to play the song when you pressed its paw, but I think the batteries are dead. And so, like, things that I had as a kid, you know, like, I want all that stuff around me. This is sort of my both playroom and workroom, so I just want it to be a space that I like enjoy coming into. And right now it's not that. So yeah. So that's where it's at. I'm still noodling over the organization of the room, but I do think I gotta start by measuring the big pieces, getting myself a graph paper, laying it all out, that kind of stuff. See what I can come up with. But so that's what's going on in here. And what's going on here in the next couple of weeks?
Mary says, hi, Charlie. Hello, Mary. Tracy says, cleanse to be creative.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Jennifer says, you could do an ugly fabric giveaway.
Ooh.
There are many scrap fabric quilters, or maybe another person could incorporate some of those fabrics into charity quilts. Who knows? It might bring you some amusement about what another quilter can make with that ugly fabric.
Yeah, so my very first quilt was actually an ugly fabric challenge quilt. And I mean quilt by like my first finished quilt was a ugly fabric challenge quilt from my quilt guild that I was a member of. And it is still ugly. It's really ugly to this day. And I don't like it at all. But somebody, you know, donated it and I took it and I made that quilt. So yeah, there could be some ugly challenge fabrics. There could be giveaways in our future here in 2021. We also might be doing some de-stash sales and things like that. Things that are still retail packaged, I might put up for sale. But other than that, you know, this has got to be a project for me in 2021. It's got to be something that I get back into order and find a home for some of this stuff. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you read a lot of quilting magazines, and I love quilting magazines, but as you can see here, these were all down in my living room, and now they're up here. And as much as I want to keep them all, I have to decide what I'm going to do with these as well. I basically have every Quilting Arts magazine since the magazine started, and I hate to give those up, but I'm at a point now where if I never go back and read them, why am I keeping them all? I don't know. So I'm coming on some dilemmas when it comes to that stuff. And yeah, there's nowhere to sit other than my sewing chair, and that's about it. So it's getting kind of rough in here. So yeah, so we're just gonna slowly walk out of here, turn the light off, and shut the door like I normally do. And that's gonna be, you know, this is gonna be a project. You'll see a few changes and maybe some other videos as I make some progress on this room. So anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and I will see all of you later this week.